because with Faze winning the knife round on our third map decider, they will have the choice of side. Likely going to be seeing them start in the blue corner on the defense. It was exactly where they started off train and found such a nice early lead. Going to be looking for something similar in our third map. A must win. Faze's chances of the next stage of competition hang in the balance. And Navi, well, they were just looking for another win. This would be their third. And the odds do look like they've been updated just a little bit. Navi given the edge as we jump into our third map.
Oh, here we go then. Navi starting on the T side. Faze Clan up against a P250 armor combination is simple. We've seen this before. Navi like to bully themselves in towards the ramp room. ESL has been given these difficult spots the last couple of maps. Inside on train, ramp on nuke. And his form isn't amazing right now. We know that. So they are going to be focusing towards these positions. He's being overwhelmed right now. He even gets one kill. That will be a miracle in itself.
Yeah, he just revealed his position and then couldn't fire another single shot. There's so many steps above him. Bombs already planted. Oh, Navi, they are looking like a team possessed. All of them just rabid, looking for shots like that from Nico. Maybe, just maybe, he can find another one of them.
Simple still alive though. P250 in hand. As soon as they shut down Nico, that could be it. Very good with the USP. Damage being inflicted here. The shot's not quite connecting though. Brokey, he'll find one, but Boomich, Perfecto, all chiming in. And it's going to be two players surviving there. Ramp rush converted to a round victory. It is going to be 1-0 on the T side for Navi here. And the force buy, normally an option here on the CD side of
There
Nico.
it is.
And, well, it does come from, I was about to say, maybe FaZe will go against it, considering what we saw on train. But they will go for the Deagles. 8 cheese, 3 of those so far. Maybe a scout for coldzera. Hasn't purchased yet, goes to the Deagle as well.
Okay,
Bit of a master with the weapon.
5 Deagles here.
Brokey will not have Kevlar. So they've got 3 grenades. So if they use this outside potentially, just try and get some damage done early on.
Smokes are important. Ooh, Squeaky gets open,
Couldn't
the nade's
pop
going in.
Hello.
It's completely missed, or did Boomich take all that
Yeah,
damage?
he did. They're going to try and go towards lower, through the ramp, and the player diving down, and that might be it. Let's rank us 2-1
Look at all
Deeks
the
here. They're in
damage,
trouble.
though.
There is a player at the very back. Brokey could be overlooked. This position's never checked, by the way.
It's really not. Looks like he's been spotted though, and he doesn't get a chance to do a single thing. Gosh, Faze looking a little flat here again.
Yeah, there's some on the CT side, but obviously very early days. It will be Navi to confirm the round victory with this bomb plant. They haven't dropped a single player. So, Chad, they've done the same approach again with a 4 MAC-10s and 1 rifle. We see this from Navi all the time. I'm not a huge fan of it, but they make it work. Why are no other teams like really doing this right now, do you think?
It is risky against the force buy. I just think that Navi know they can pull themselves out of the hole with, or maybe they don't know, but more often than not, they can pull themselves out of the hole. coldzera will take down Flamey there. If you're going to go fast like that, it completely makes sense, right?
Sure.
The idea is to get Boomich down the vents, cut off rotations. He can probably just die very easily there. That should be almost a kill for free in some situations.
I suppose if you are taking more riskier plays like a Venn dive or a ramp rush, if you do lose players, you're not giving away AK-47s.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep that on your star player, and hopefully you have him surrounded by the bodyguards of the MAC-10s. So obviously it's viable, it works. You just don't see any other teams approaching in this sort of manner. It works out though for the 2-0, and in terms of survivors, Nico and Raym holding to the Deagle armor. The rest of them, can't really invest much at all. Brokey can maybe get a P250, considering he's already got 3750, but he is the AWPer, so can't get much more than that.
Yeah, just another thought on it maybe is if they keep the MAC-10s and they win that round like they did, you just highlighted the fact they're not giving away any weaponry, first of all, that they can save or use against them to win in that round. And then moving forward, if they do win the round, now they get to go up against unarmored opponents with the MAC-10s, which makes life even easier. And then going into the first gun round, most likely a whole bunch of unarmored opponents as well, because they need to start prioritizing utility.
Well, here comes that MAC-10. Looking to farm some cash here. I feel like he's onto something. Takes a bullet to the face, but Electronic will open things up and get the hell out of there.
That's enough. Pulls out some utility, and I say some, all after the CT utility. It was a single smoke on Nico and just bounding into the site. Simple, his feet barely touching the ground before the frag is found. Nothing for them to do here.
With 3 MAC-10s left over, the world is the oyster for Navi. Let's say they want to do the smoke wall, cross secret. 3 MAC-10s barreling down secret, great. Top rush, if you can get out Squeaky, great. If you can go for a vent dive with the MAC-10s,
or
great.
keep bullying all off a ramp.
That's
Still
also
works.
another option, yeah. So there's quite a few options with these MAC-10s right here, assuming that they don't lose them. I wouldn't see any need this time round for them to upgrade anything. That's a nice shot there from ESL.
Could be another one for Rayn. Not quite. Another $600 for Navi. Olaf, even if he saves the MAC-10, he won't be using it the next round, so might as well go for the kill. Doesn't work out for him, and they'll save 2 MAC-10s here. And as Chad said, like a map like Nuke especially was just so momentum-based. If you do get a quick kill and one of the key choke points of the map, you're definitely going to keep onto it, keep hold of it. So we'll see BoomH and Flamey MAC-10s here. Keep a look at the helmet situation for FaZe. They currently have 3 players without them, meaning those MAC-10s become a lot more powerful. There would have been 3 MAC-10s if it wasn't for this shot from Olaf, his first kill into the game. Quite a stunning one there towards Simple. So we do have the MAC-10s out, and there are 4 players with our helmets here. So those MAC-10s become lethal before the round even starts here.
Smoke for the vent dive, but Nico's... Ooh.
Luckily, it only takes tiny amount of damage there.
Nice work from CTs, but it could be a topside push, and they didn't check him out.
My God, he's
BoomH has already got a frag.
What?
That flash was so perfect. We saw it from Cold's POV the whole time. That was a full flash.
Damn. So, the MAC-10, good for 1. See
Now
what
a
we can do
ramp
with this.
drop? No, Flamey's actually waiting to catch up on the flank, and it's cost him his life.
That was one of the players about the helmets as well. Luckily, it didn't connect with the head. 2 kills for Nico now. Just the rifles remain on Navi's side.
And they're battling back for lobby control, interestingly enough. Tables have turned somewhat.
Good trades. That's fantastic work. The fact that they milked the number advantage. Now back to tied game and electronic patient as ever. Olaf goes down, and now Brokey with an AWP. Good luck, my friend.
Yeah, what is it? He's tried to feign the fact he's gone down towards lower, but they know he's the AWPer, right? Like, of course they get a plan. Like, where else would they go? This is a dream.
They faked, at least.
Just to see if he'll open the double doors and go for a quick shot, I guess. That's about it. But if he does anything with this, I'll be amazed. There's the doors.
Simple's like, nah, okay, I'll move.
That's all he could do, right? Is open the doors and hopefully get a quick kill. But unless he gets it, it doesn't mean too much. If he gets one of these kills with a quick scope, the other will swing out, and he's been taking another 3. That's going to be it. They can try and wallbang him here, I suppose. Not going to connect.
So one little detail from that round right there that we might need to keep in mind as the game progresses, the CTs, and I believe it was Rain, actually Molotoved into the T-vent. That's why Nico only took a little bit of damage to the Molotov, because it was team damage from that Molotov. Now, the reason that they would probably be doing that is because BoomH has an affinity with dropping down that vent. He loves it. It's a way to cause the CTs to scramble and force out those rotations early to be a bit of a mess. So if that was intentional and they did mean to drop that Molotov straight down the vent, they're trying to stop BoomH from having that freedom. But BoomH just went out hard on some basic utility from his teammates at the top side and obliterated that defense. So he has a couple more tricks up his sleeve, old mate BoomH here, as we will get into round number 5. The guns will be brought on up on the Navi side of things for sure, but the question mark is over towards FaZe. What do they want to do behind the saved AWP? It's currently the most expensive piece of equipment out there on the board, $47.50 right now, and well, to back it up, they're going to purchase some armor, some nades, and some upgraded pistols, and hope they can hit a couple of bangers, because they're going to need it now. 4-0 down on that CT side.
4-0. Brokey saves the orb. Navi on an absolute tear. If you're just joining us and missed the second map, you think it was a pretty par for the course, picking up their own respective maps. We're on to a third, but no, it wasn't. FaZe actually had a 12-3 lead at half on Train. They couldn't get a single round together until the very latest stages of the half, before it ended 16-13. Now finding themselves down in the doldrums here, 4-0 against a T-side Navi who shows no signs of slowing down. Up against pistols right now. Brokey has got the AWP, but as I mentioned before, he's not one of those AWPers that you'd be convinced like he's like an Oscar or a Voxic or a Simple. He's going to carry the round for you. Certainly a very good sniper, but doesn't really fall into that category.
More problems for FaZe here. This is the first time in this series they've started behind.
Ooh, and now a missed shot from Olaf too, in fact. Does concede ramp control.
Yeah, ramp has been an issue for them. They might want to start putting Brokey in towards the ramp room with the AWP a few rounds, just push them back from that position. They're getting way too much access down here. Olaf Meister doing his best to fend them off. You can see him struggling. Same story for Ray. He's holding towards Secret, and at least there is a kill back in return. Just the one for now. That will enable a bomb plant, but maybe Coldzera, well, I was about to say, can do something about this. Nico trying to recover the Krieg, which he will, but taking shots through the door. BoomH one step ahead of the curve.
BoomH would have seen the gun get picked up through the door on the floor.
I think you're right. It's the butt of the gun when he's sticking through the door, right? So as soon as he picked it up, that's when he went for the spam. I'm not sure we can look at that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. I might have to go back and review the demo. I know Graham Pitt is out there right now.
Yeah, had it been a difference making the run, I'd say let's do it, but it's not worth it when it's just one kill.
Well, Brokey has to save again. So one positive right now for Brokey in this round is the fact that he gets to keep his KD.
Cool little drop he just did there, by the way, just from the roof. It made noise, but he took no damage from it.
Using the door and sliding down,
I didn't know that was a thing, so that's cool. Slide off that. Something for Faze, I suppose.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
they haven't taken any damage on that fall.
They didn't take any full damage there. That's pretty good.
It's a positive sign. They saved the orb, jokes aside. So that was a Deagle round, so Navi once again punishing that ramp room and splitting down towards lower. Olaf Meister, he is in for a rough ride, I think. They've identified a weakness within the Faze unit. He said it himself in the pre-interview here that his current form, for whatever reason this week, is just not there. And I have to say, like this season, I think he's been great for Faze.
He's looked serviceable for sure.
Absolutely. And this week, he has been underwhelming, but he knows it. He said it himself, and it seems like Navi know it as well. They're focusing a lot towards inner on train. Now, a lot of presence at ramp as well. I feel like with this tactical timeout, Faze will be adjusting things. I'd like to see the orb towards ramp, knowing that we've got the standard outside smokes being used. Very difficult for an Orb to thrive.
Here's a stat for you. Olaf's never won a major with a beard. So maybe this extra facial hair is weighing him down. Can't frag it out.
It was a very thick and heavy beard. I didn't know he had it in it.
Yeah, it does get hot and itchy. Look, for winter, it's okay. I've rocked quite a gnarly beard before in the past, but get rid of it when the sun comes out.
Your fisherman's beard you had. That was good.
Fisherman's beard.
When he wore the red beanie and it just he looked like something straight out of a movie. I'm trying to think of the exact.
Yeah, a movie.
No, I had a specific movie in my mind, but it's got a really complex title.
Well, they did put Brokey over towards to ramp, so Henry got what he wanted.
The Life Aquatic is what I was referencing.
Yeah, that's a perfect reference for it, actually.
Thank you very
If you'd
much.
got it at the time, I'd have loved it.
Shoot. Still, we can indulge upon round 6. Faze yet to get off the starting mark. And Chad, you highlighted this is the first time we've seen it in this series. It's always been the strong start and the Navi comeback. What happens now? There's no precedent. We don't know.
The orb towards ramp is what I wanted to see. Chad just highlighted we've got it. Does it lend themselves to a round victory, though? The adjustments made, when they call a timeout and they're the ones struggling, you know there's adjustments being made here. You're going to change up your approach. You're going to do something a little bit different. Brokey has made the right call here. And so is Nico, apparently, as he gets that little jump onto the smoke. Missing the initial shot, but this is what it's all about. Baiting Olaf in, giving a bit of backup, just suggesting they shouldn't go to ramp every single round now. Brokey might not even have to return there, but that's enough just to show they've adjusted that setup.
Yeah, and Perfecto completely caught out. My God, jumping across to bait the orb shot into the rifler. Bob's your uncle.
So even with the tactical timeout, I would have liked to have seen a rush there from Navi, if I'm honest. Those changes seemed obvious to me, at least. But in towards ramp they go. And it will be a 5-on-2. Objective now trying to get the bomb down with the CT presence down there.
Maybe
I like the fact that they can actually just get straight towards upper here.
He's going vent to
There's a chance they win this.
Oh my God. He baited him with just the flashbang and the door. Now 2 frags top side. They've got time for the plant. I can't quite believe it. Boomich.
There's actually a chance they win this. A 2-on-5 at 5-0. It would be over. It'd be GG.
Oh, wow. That hot player just reacted. I mean, you can't blame him.
Oh, this gap. Simple alive as well, making some footsteps now. Trying to bait him. Brokey, he's so smart, but Brokey does hit the shot. Boomich surely won't be winning this one. That kill
good attempt
towards the hut was the entry.
We're seeing a lot more of that these days, using secret control and then popping back up the vent. Depending on the CT rotations, if you know how they like to rotate, if you can also deny them.
Ramp base.
Yeah, exactly. And if you can set a precedent of denying them the rotation from the hut down the vent by having somebody lurk squeaky a lot, they're going to stop doing that. They'll start going back through secret, or they'll head over back towards ramp, exactly like you're saying, or maybe even try and push lobby. So the idea of, coming up the vent once you have lower control, we have been seeing that come in more and more. They're finding a gap. It's definitely not a traditional way to be splitting the top side, but if it works, it works. Another note, another common denominator that's been cropping on up. Flamey definitely stepped up his game in the second half of Train, but here on Nuke, once again, struggling to find any impact. He's got 0 kills.
He's had 0 impact, sure, but Rain does take him down again. So speak of the devil, he's had a bit of a nightmare again for poor Flamey, 0-5. But I have faith that his ramp hold will continue to be as obnoxious as it was over in Katowice. He did some sensational things on the CT side of Nuke. And he will be a crucial component in the Navi defense once they get there. Look at the angle Olaf's working with here. That is a tight line.
Yeah. He's going to need it.
He's fallen off of it as they go into the vent. So that information that he would have had is not present.
Oh, he's got nothing from this now.
He knows nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's one game going to be walking through secret and one decon.
They've left the bomb down towards lower. This next kill, very important. olofmeister nails it. BaHvMh. Krieg bullet to the face. Electronic knows he needs to make up for that now. Smoke will be thrown in return. Does olofmeister just assume that's a force field now? Electronic considering pushing through it. Goes to the vent instead. He's got the bomb on his back. Needs to get towards upper. And there are players there ready and waiting. coldzera, joined by Rain. Bomb goes down. Looks like they're on their feet here, Faze. Simple left in a 4 versus 1. 0 chance of winning it, as Rain will take him down. Lovely work from Rain and coldzera there. This is getting better now, but still 5 rounds is enough for a T side in general, like full stop. So Navi, if they post 2-3 more rounds, I'm not sure Faze can get back into this. But positive signs of these, that's 2 in a row.
There's at least some life being displayed here by Rain. Gets himself a nice quick, I think it's a triple in total actually. Yeah, cleans up on Simple at the end there, but the impact happening a little earlier on into the piece. 3 Kriegs for the CT side now. That's going to really help, especially for a map like this. I mean, there are so many angles that, or duels you're much more willing to take when you've got that weapon and that extra scope. Ramp certainly going to become less of an issue for olofmeister, I would imagine. Should he get challenged out again, those duels where it was a Deagle and a panicked Molotov will now be a Krieg and a not-so-panicked Tap.
Yeah, be more than happy to take some of these duels here, but Navi maybe not considering it right now. I couldn't see any reasons to be busting them out in this moment, but if they can start hampering the cash flow over there on the FaZe clan side of things, maybe we see those MAC-10s rear their heads yet again. That is the key to pace for Navi, it seems. The rifle's coming out. I'm just going to expect a slow default spread as per the usual. Perfecto holding ramp, Electronic working ramp, the rest just posturing on the roof, waiting. Ready to pounce on any information that gets thrown their way. But this is par for the course from Navi.
Certainly is. What's the next play, though? NiKo with the Krieg now on the CT side, 3 of them available. Outside smokes starting to be deployed here. Electronic will throw his. Simple lining them up as well. Lots of different variations as Chad highlighted in the pre-game. BaHvMh will be calling out which ones he wants right now. Just getting everyone in position. Perfecto apparently vital to this play. And he'll be throwing the deepest smoke there. Oh, just the incendiary goes down though, Chad. Is that enough?
Yeah, I don't know how they picked the timing.
Yeah,
on that.
I have no idea
I'm not sure
either.
what the tell was in that situation, but that's a huge CT-sided molly.
Is there a gap there now?
It's a deep one for the... So actually, I don't think the smokes are actually what they were expecting and trying to stop. So the bloom is still effective.
Yeah, so there's still a strong wall and a strong shot from NiKo. The Krieg really working out for him, but it's the same story for Electronic. It's trading blows here, but it is FaZe coming out on top. 4 versus 3. Perfecto jumps down. Hunting for olofmeister. Tucks himself in towards double doors.
Ooh, he didn't fall into the trap of feeling like he couldn't retreat. He did well to get back there.
Leaving the doors open. Actually works out for them. NiKo will take a kill and the bomb.
Should be a perfect round now. You can see Perfecto completely caught out. Flaming finds his first, and he'll only be the one. 3 to 5. FaZe do find 3 rounds, and they needed them. 2 in a row. See the second shot. This is the duel he wins on Electronic, and that's an important duel to be winning, considering just how powerful Electronic has been in Yard. Lovely work from NiKo, just maneuvering with the doors, and Perfecto gets caught out because he sees the doors closed, thinks it's his moment, and as they reopen, he's got his back turned to the NiKo Krieg.
There's not a single tell of why NiKo threw that Molotov to disrupt the smoke wall. The only thing is, it was exactly on 1 minute. So unless he knows the Navi are throwing these set pieces at 1 minute.
Now you said that, if you've watched their demos and you know when they are coordinating things usually, that's not a bad shout at all.
He threw it on exactly 1 minute.
That's, yeah, you've probably nailed it there, to be honest. They've watched the demos. Yanko's told them they always do this to 1 minute. Drop this if you can.
If there's nothing else on the map at 1 minute.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, opening pick found. This is a bit of an eco here for Navi. 3 in a row for FaZe, but already suffered a massive deficit at the start of this half. They need to display this to perfect game at this point. Flaming on 2 HP. BaHvMh trying to sneak through towards the window room. Does do so. No one looking at him right now as a free kill. Take those.
Yeah, no complaints whatsoever. coldzera was responsible for it, but now, of course, doesn't want to get his face blown off by a Deagle underneath.
Oh, it's just the smoke. Is there a player in CT spawn as well? So BaHvMh uses that smoke to get towards window room. The comms just aren't great there. Brokey needs to tell his teammate NiKo that there's a chance to get windows. That's all it comes down to. There's a possibility of it, and he wouldn't have been as exposed.
The Navi pause just slowly gathering their resources towards ramp, and Olaf's in a perfect position to just tap away at some heads hit. Jiggled, spotted, awkward, loses his life. Now they're just going to take straight control of the lower site, all three of them flooding in. There's a fourth member of the squad. He's going to be elsewhere. coldzera has taken back control of the ramp. Navi, this is so totally winnable now. BoomWhich has even got himself an armored Krieg.
It's only flashes for the retake, Alex. This is a problem.
I don't know what FaZe can do here. They can hope that Brokey does pick off this rifle. That's the threat. But time is his best friend here. BoomWhich doesn't need to give them the duel. Yeah, they're backing away.
They have to save. That's insane.
What in God's name is that? One frag down the ramp, access to the lower site found.
So much respect is given in Counter-Strike these days. It's insane, right? Like, you're thinking about this. This was just a deagle round. There's not even armor behind most of these players.
I was going to say, if they had the 3 Kriegs up, still I'd get it. But at the same time, you've got so much money behind this. You had 3 versus 4 there on a low by anyway. I think there was certainly a conversation to be had about retaking this one. Great shot from Flavey to get off Meister. But again, being bullied in that area, they might have to bring Brokey back over. Am I seeing a double AWP setup here for the FaZe boys? I think I am.
Ooh, a question for us. Can we recall who won Season 3? It was a Brazilian side, so it must have been Luminosity at the time, I guess.
Oh, well, that was an easy one. Yeah, that was definitely the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was easy.
Nice work.
The hint was a little too easy, I'll be honest. I wouldn't have had LG
well, we
at the
said
tip
we
of my
wanted to
tongue.
have a quiz today, so that's the first question.
Cloud9 won Season 4, which was in Brazil and Sao Paulo.
Against, was it SK at the time in the final?
Didn't Cloud9 win Season 1 as well?
I think it was.
Ooh, straight through the smoke. Electronic eats lead. Nico descending immediately upon it. He's going to take control of the lower site now. And you said FaZe have to have a spotless CT side. Well, saving 3 weapons and conceding to just the deagle buy of Navi in the last has made things very uncomfortable. They can't lose another. And this is against a much more menacing buy. Double AWPs as well, worth mentioning. That should that bomb go down, seems almost impossible given the current setup. They'd have to find a pick first, and now gathering their resources back towards lobby.
Curious as to where Navi want to end up now. They didn't get any territory out of that play, and then they've disappeared as quickly as they've came. BoomWhich is the only man they've left patrolling that part of the yard, and that is a fantastic grenade there from Rain. BoomWhich can't get anything done off the information, and they're just going to be milked on out of this one here. Simple and Flamey will do their best to retort, but it's a 3-on-2 situation with not much HP. They will plant the bomb, and this is where the double AWPs you were talking about comes into play.
Yeah, massive issue here on Nuke. Double AWP setup, certainly viable. Team Liquid run it all the time, but if you get in these sort of scenarios, the bomb's down, things get a little bit more dicey. Especially when things are getting a little congested with the smokes down, the flashes coming through. First shot is perfect from Simple. He wouldn't expect anything less at this point. Now he knows it's an AWP towards main entrance. Happy to take the duel here. They're running out of time. They have a kill available, but what's the play? This kill has to come in from Olaf Meister. The AWP shot doesn't connect, and it all falls apart once more. FaZe Clan have lost everything. Brokey might not even get away with his life here. He's thrown away the AWP, found an AK-47, and Simple looking to take him down. Perfecto will do it in the end, and does he survive? Of course he does.
Navi look like the better team.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And that was what? Was it a 4-on-2 or a 3-on-2 there? Either way, it was a massive advantage for FaZe.
4v2, I think.
4v2 with the double AWPs. And that's just why you just don't really want to operate with double AWPs on the CT side of Nuke. If you're running away with the game and it looks great, and it's a nice remedy for problems on other maps. You saw on Mirage earlier, it's a good way to get into the round and change the pacing up. But on Nuke, it's such a different map in the way it plays. Having 2 AWPs on the map just makes it feel like it can be nullified very quickly.
Neither of those bomb sites lend themselves very well to...
Oh, Alex, that's your smoke.
Yeah, I wanted to see how you did it. Can we go to Simple's POV, please?
Look, at the moment, with us being here on Nuke and the scoreline being 7-3, FaZe have won 3 out of the 4 halves on the previous 2 maps, which is wild to think about. The Navi have taken us to this point by only winning 1 half.
1 half and a potential win on Nuke. They have, however, conceded the early frag. It was Rain who won the duel out on Squeak, and now no door for BoomWhich to play around. They're trying to sell this vent dive, but it costs another player his life. Weren't expecting him to be so vicarious. Now the bomb's gone down. Oh, actually, Nico does take it both out of their hands. He's securing this round with a nice double. Simple's all the way, still back at T-Vent. Rain's putting bullets into him in the smoke, and I'm afraid, yes, he's good, but not this good.
Yeah, good chance of a kill there, but Rain shuts it down, trying to get the bomb down quickly towards the vents. Quickly met by the M4A4 of Rain. They can still win this half. I would say even that would be a bit of a reach for them to be winning out the map at this stage. But Navi will call their second tactical timeout, brought to you by the US Air Force here. Money pretty thin on the Faze side of things after winning the previous round. They haven't invested into grenades on Cold Zero yet, so bear that in mind. So they are very fragile. In terms of their loss bonus, it gets removed every time they win a round.
Yeah.
So it currently sits at absolute bottom. They'll get $1,900 after losing this round if it happens.
I would consider buying if I was Navi here. You can get 2 rifles up. Perfecto can buy one or drop one. Electronic can definitely buy one of his own.
Rush ramp seems to be working out for them.
Just something with a little bit of finesse to it, right? Because they're able to turn usual situations, which is nothing, into something. We saw that Deagle round before. They made 2 kills and then that forced Faze to save. There's no reason why they couldn't do it with a buy right here. It's 5 seconds left. This will be the moment. Are they doing it? Are they buying? BoomH has a Deagle. Okay, they're just going to go for the Deagles again. Still dropping them, of course.
Yeah, I guess they're not rushing. They're a very
That's right. They do wait until the last 20 seconds of every single round before they do anything.
They're fine with this. They're going to look for the 1 Deags and slow it right down. First kill will come through, though. That's going to be a nice shot from Nico.
Couldn't be much more of a free frag.
Yeah, just first 10 seconds around, off he goes.
Standing on a blue box in the yard. Lovely.
I think Nico tries to make a point when he has the Krieg. Just like, look how good I am with this weapon. Look how easy I make it look. Everyone pay attention to how overpowered this weapon is. Just tapping them away. And there's 3 kills.
Yeah, he's communicated his particular problems with the Krieg over on his Instagram. I'm sure you'll be able to find it on social media. But there we have it, a nice clean kill.
Yeah, on his LinkedIn the other day, I did see that. He was posting about the Krieg.
You did?
Yeah, it was interesting.
I think he wrote a song on his SoundCloud about it as well. Check that one out.
We'll get it to round 13 and the money starting to stabilize on the Faze side of things now after the successful previous 2 rounds. All for Brokey, remember, has struggled on Nuke in the last couple of days. 4 kills to his name so far. It's difficult to make the AWP really work on Nuke in general. That's why we see the double AWP setup's not really super viable as the Nuke map has evolved in general. And with the outside wall of smoke, it's difficult to find the odd pick. But Rain's certainly finding them. That's towards Squeaky. Answered back by Simple quickly, though.
He's found a couple of them onto Flamey.
Did they just recover the AK on the CT side? Olofmeister, I think, picked it up. So he's left ramp now, right? So it will be just Brokey AWPing ramps. They have made that adjustment at least, knowing that it's been such a weak part of the map. Keep the AWP here, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're going to keep giving ramp control, full executions towards lower. It will keep happening.
They're doing their outside smokes. Imagine if this happens at 1 minute again.
Nico's in the perfect position here to ruin this entire round for Navi and put number 6 on the board. I don't think they'll be expecting him here this late, especially considering the fact that it is a 4v4 situation. And not only that, they're not going yard. So Nico, by being pushed up towards this box, can see it's completely free. Means he can pass that information on towards his teammates to hold the hatches, because it could be a top or a ramp hit here.
Now they head towards the top site. Simple wins the first duel. Olof was the one to provide it, but Cold pushed up in the hut. He's ready to punish Perfecto, and Nico as well onto Simple from yard. BoomH has crossed onto the site. They know that. Oh no, Cold! He looked away just in the nick of time for Electronic to convert. And now there's a real shot at this one. Brokey's only got an AWP and Nico's only got 10 HP, so this is starting to look just like that. 1 frag extra. It looks all good for Navi.
Oof, that was their moment. The flash is good though. Oh, it actually catches the CT as well. Dropping down, taking a little bit of full damage there. Brokey is fine for now.
Oh, perfect.
Incendiary is great, but Electronic has got past it, but not past Brokey. It's going to be a defuse coming through, 7-6. Getting closer and closer to actually maybe winning the half at this stage. Looking much better as they post 3 rounds in a row.
They swapped the weapons around for that retake. That was really, really nice. I'm not sure that shapes up just as well with Brokey supporting Nico's 10 HP on the rifle. So nice little chop and change. And Brokey then goes on with that Krieg he's been gifted, finding both of those kills. So really impressive stuff. The flash from Nico did catch him, admittedly, but Brokey managed to make it work.
Yeah, the fact that he gets that kill, oh, wow.
Could have been awkward.
Yeah, now Navi, well, they've left themselves with a bit of a
ton of utility.
Tough spot to be in, haven't they? They've got to buy into this one here. They're feigning that it's a fast top and that it could be secret wall smokes, but it will actually be a late hit towards that top site. So it's a double pump for sure.
Again, Rain's such a nuisance holding the CT vent. Oh, the flashes, you can hear how many are coming in, and despite Cold's best efforts, he eats them up. He will get traded 1-for-1 into the site, and Nico has the one to try and turn the tables again in favor of Faze, and he will secure it. 7-7.
Couldn't be closer.
Make it a half out of this one.
They are. They looked like they were done for. Remember, they were 5-0 down. Navi had them on the ropes. They were working the body, looking for the haymaker punch, but Faze got back on their feet here. Nico keeping them alive, looking for their first series victory in the second stage here of EPL. It's been labored, but they have managed to start the conversation again, and they could do it here on Nuke. Final round of this first half. Split it right down the middle. Who will be taking the edge into the second? We have got a nice strong buy on either side. Molotov thrown and then the smoke. That's thrown by the T side to guarantee their smoke lands. That's not a CT incendiary, just to note that. And a good grenade towards Secret. Electronic feeling that one.
That landed right in his backpack. And with the comms, Nico has adjusted with a lovely smoke. Electronics playing the edge of that. They likely would have caught Nico had he committed. But instead, we'll just fall back to the corner. BoomH, he likes this vent a lot. Sits there. Waits to catch the Orpo as he's unexpectedly checking Silo from this blue container. So he just uncrouches and takes a pot shot. That's typically what we'll see the first 30 seconds of BoomH's mission. And just as he tries to leave his hidey hole, Brokey catches him. 4v4 though, because Perfecto has found one into the site, and nice work from Rain. Just puts Navi on a one entrance into the site, and it does look like FaZe could very well be finding the lead on this CT half. Only the one round, but despite the Navi's best efforts, it's all come down to simple.
Yeah, well, we all know what he's capable of at this point. The bomb's on his back as well, and FaZe play a little bit differently when he's out and about. They spot him in at least. They need to try and take him down together if possible. 3 versus 1 with no time remaining here. Surely this is where FaZe can close out the half. 8-7. He shoots out the window to suggest he's coming towards heaven. We pulled the player out. He's waiting for mistakes, and they're certainly being delivered. 10 seconds, though. Surely he can't get this bomb planted.
Certainly what most people would be thinking, including Brokey, because he's faked it. He was hoping for the multi-kill, didn't get the swing. God, there was a world where they both took the different fight, but Brokey does convert it. 8-7 on the half. Last map, second series, second stage. Don't go anywhere.
Don't you know I'm a bad little mama? I got moves like Madonna. Don't tell me cause I move when I'm gonna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna. Don't you see I'm a winner, I'm a queen. I cause no scene if you work with me. Don't stop me cause I fight when I wanna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the wait's up. That's all we know.
brokey and actually finishing off the second as well. My goodness, I didn't know how much Electronic contributed to this one, but it was a whole lot.
Yeah, it sounds like a broken record at this point, but in my mind, the most key part of real estate when you are taking that lower bomb site is that window room, and Electronic is a fantastic individual to be there and to defend. FaZe Clan, they didn't get the plant, but they still will opt for the force buy here. So at this point in the game, unless they are able to keep this one relatively competitive or get a plant, they are almost gifting Navi 10 rounds on the nose here. It will be the secret wall smokes. The cross will come out. The bomb is with them. It looks like all 5 will be silently creeping behind this with not even any spam at all. And BahvMh, well, you said Flamey, he made a bit of a signature position for him at ramp. Well, this is the play that BahvMh made his own in Katowice.
Free fire did come in, even brought the Tech 9 for some extra bullets down range, and with their powers combined, they do get access to the lower site 2 rounds in a row. Flamey's only got a USP and a shotgun, not going to get him far. The scout will, though. Tags from Simple, not quite enough, not quite converting.
BahvMh is definitely found out at this point. The fact that he's done the same play that he did, what, 38 days ago there in Katowice and didn't expect to get snowballed over. Boy.
coldzera now a chance to get a few kills here with the Desert Eagle, but thwarted by Simple CZ. It looks like they might be out of luck here, but NiKo does get one through here.
There's no kits.
There are no kits, you're right. NiKo gets another headshot. Perfecto fighting for his life here. One of them has to defuse and defend. I think it could be enough still as the defuse... Oh, it's not coming through.
There's no time, they were too late.
There. Yeah, you're right. And there we have it. The round will go in favor of FaZe. Maintaining their lead after losing the pistol. They've done it again. FaZe Clan answering back with Desert Eagles. And not much else. NiKo's especially, that had something to say. 3 kills told. And, oh, that's a great shot. Nice work.
He is doing it all.
It's 20 kills for NiKo, 20 kills for Simple. The next closest on the side of things for Navi is Electronic with 10. At least for NiKo, Rain has 15. So contributions lacking here from the remainder of the cast on both sides of things. The force buy will come back from Navi.
Simple and NiKo just duking it out for supremacy here. And if you just missed the return from the break, this is it for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
They really cannot drop another map.
Have to win this map just to stay in the conversation here at the second stage of EPL Season 11. Great shot from Simple and Secret. And he does fade away as well. Rain up there with NiKo in terms of the fragging department, 15 kills. He's removed early on. This is a force buy, bear in mind, as well from Navi, so they'll be giving it hell. They start smokes, an incendiary, a defuse kit as well. Perfecto's picked that up. He really is the support role at this stage. Less than a minute remaining, and no real estate to write home about. A bit of garage control. Nowhere near a bomb site yet.
Yeah, and close corners are aplenty here on Nuke. And well, it felt like a deagle. It was a 5-7 from Electronic, but just pops away at the head of NiKo mid-range. Quite the scalp to take, considering the frags we were just talking about. But now it's coldzera's turn to perhaps remind us why he was right there alongside NiKo at stage 1. 25. Their bomb has to go down. It's main. It's been spotted. They know what's going on. It's just a question of fragging. Olof's the one that takes the fight to them. He's going to get caught. And now Brokey's met the deagle of Simple. 3 kills from him. 2 in very quick succession. And that's going to put 9 for Navi.
So if I didn't push it home hard enough last round, let me try again. NiKo won the previous force spy for his team with 2 big deagle kills. Simple has come back in the following and done the same thing. So I don't know if NiKo wants to try that again. Let's see if he can buy the deagle and try one more time.
Are they going to break serve? It's going to be another tactical timeout here for FaZe Clan, brought to you by the US Air Force. And we'll see what they've got up their sleeve. coldzera has averaged the best entry duels on FaZe, 67% in the last 3 months on Nuke. Haven't seen too much of their T-side just yet. We'll see if he can come online and start getting it done with either the Krieg or the AK-47. Currently tied up at 9-9 here on our 3rd and final map. Train looked done. It looked like it was over. FaZe Clan had Navi pinned down almost. It was 12-3.5. But all of a sudden, round by round, Navi got back into it and ended up winning in regulation as well, 16-13. And here we are on Nuke. Navi won the pistol, lost the second, won the third, and FaZe will try and respond with a force of their own. Tech 9 for Brokey, deagle's out otherwise. Nico with no armor, so he's had to go for utility instead, so he's gone for the smoke and Molotov combo. I assume to guarantee one of the smokes outside.
Only 2 of them.
I can't believe they're both going to potentially die on their sword at the force fires here, so this is curious.
Well, off into the side, Cold has found another. These close quarters Deagles are doing work. And that, unfortunately, is short-lived. Electronic arriving on main has something to say. Oh, he runs out of bullets. If only he had the drum mag. Could have perhaps been enough for the frag, but no, rain falls, and 10 now for Navi. Let's see that from Electronic's POV. Came up the vents of all places. They weren't ready to check that one. Transferring into Nico, who's not going to be checking. That's such a quick frag from Electronic. That's going to put Faze straight into their eco territory. So we're looking at 11 before they get another chance at this.
Well, this is where Navi started to run away with Train. They got established on their CT side, they got the guns out, they broke down the money of Faze, and they just absolutely wrecked them after that. Blocks only. At the very top end, we've got a P250 for Rain. Simple. He's so active, he's so up for this. Ready to take down anyone towards his outside position. He knows they have no armor. Brokey. Not really much he can do with no utility and just a Glock out there. So we'll go join his teammates.
Not the most fun round of Counter-Strike to play.
No, and Chad's gone over this a few times now. The idea is just to bleed out their grenades. Try and force a mistake if possible. Grab a gun.
Counter-Strike at this high level, right? If you want to minimize mistakes, and that's what it's all about, is minimizing mistakes and taking the least amount of risks, then playing rounds in this slow fashion is the best way to do so.
Yeah.
They're going to run to topside now. Of course, this is the only thing they could try, maybe overwhelm. They will get a kill, so that's a positive.
Yeah.
Nico gets down the vent. It's like the best they can do with a bad situation.
They could have just rushed in the very get-go, but they would run into flames and HE grenades and be blown up. At least they've got a kill out of that, and they've baited out some of the utility otherwise, right? So they haven't been blown up. It's been more cash expended by the CTs. So yeah, it's not the most entertaining Counter-Strike to watch, and they got Glock sitting in lobby for a minute, but it does make sense when you break it all down. It's a thing that's really come into the forefront the last few months, I would say. A lot more teams are doing this, and just trying to notice the fact that they are spending $600 every time a CT drops an incendiary, for example. That's $600 gone. That's spent.
Yeah. Very fast flash. Simple was taking an early fire outside, but after firing off the AWP, he's choosing to no longer go on that venture.
Curious to see what smoke walls we get out of Faze early and see the counter in play. So we did touch on this in the pre-game. Setting up their smoke wall now. Nico doesn't know which one he needs to throw.
He's doing the gap smoke. There we go. But they've got someone in secret. If Nico doesn't challenge, okay, good, that's the incendiary. So they'll Molotov Electronic out of position, but he can just jump above it. We saw this working for Nico. He got a frag in this very same position before, known as somewhat of a common maneuver these days, is you can actually throw out a smoke and peek on that railing yourself. Glaving it, if you will. Coming towards Simple. Oh, he actually hits the shot.
A double leg.
He knocks off Olofmeister's shoes. Rain's completely barefoot too, but he just charges on in and Flamey collects both of the tags.
Yep, they'll be happy with that, all things considered, seeing as that round was about to fall apart. They pick up a 3-on-3 scenario, and knowing they spotted so many bodies towards ramp, Perfecto is happy to at least explore lobby. Falls back eventually. Nico, main entrance, all down to the timings here. And, well, he'll be coming out on top. Quick shot, opens up the upper bomb site, and it's going to find double digits almost certainly here. We're playing in the vents. Boomridge will have to do something remarkable here. Both of them down towards lower.
That was a very timid approach from Navi versus the smoke wall of Faze. What I was expecting to happen was a lot more aggressive maneuvers here. I think Simple over towards ramp with the AWP was fantastic. He's going to be kicking himself that it was a double leg shot. I've never seen a double leg shot before, actually. So that was quite the curious one. But the idea that I'm thinking here is because of the lurk around the outside smokes that FaZe have been doing, if they go all in, they're going fast, right? They're going to commit. If they just do the smokes to set up, you're always going to see Nico there trying to find that gap. So if you go aggressive and you take Nico out of the picture, you've taken away one massive string in that round for them. And then the rest of the round is probably 4 individuals who are going to be running into ramp or top site because Nico is the gap maker, the gap finder. So take him out of the equation. The gap's gone.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. There's like a remember like an infomercial back in the day. It's
Yeah.
like,
Bang, and the dirt is gone.
That's the one.
Bang,
Sill it,
bang, yeah.
Hi, I'm Barry Scott, and this
That's
is
it.
Sill It Bang, bang, and the dirt is gone.
There you go.
Yeah.
We didn't have
or
that in
another
Australia,
household cleaning
but I think I
product.
watched it online.
Yeah, Barry Scott, he was a bit of a meme before memes were called memes. I guess you could call it a joke.
Yeah, that's what we used to call it back in the day. Back in the 90s, we used to call them jokes.
And I'm not talking about the ones I'd read from an encyclopedia of them in bed. Never remembered or retained any of them.
You took like a classic joke book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have those too. I used to have magic books, joke books, all sorts of things going on.
And then the internet arrived.
The
We
internet
don't
did turn up.
need to make books for anything anymore.
Okay, so the passive approach again. The smoke's being lined up again. See, this time if they have the follow through, if they just want to set up the lurking individual, they are changing the smoke wall. This one looks to be the deeper.
This is like, so Rain's throwing the one that lands like towards main, and then the one that lands in front of it creates that little deep wall you're referring to. And the last part of the puzzle is, I assume, warehouse?
Yeah, those are the three, and from there they try and find the timing and the gap into warehouse, right? They wait for that warehouse smoke to start fading, then they walk into warehouse because they've already guaranteed safety. There you go, over the top. So electronic, we saw Mouse do this.
You can see he knows what they're up to. Like, he's turning away, knowing they flashed this before they commit. BaHvMh is there with him as well, so they've got moves to handle
There we
this sort of
go.
scenario. And it works out very nicely indeed. The flash from Simple certainly contributes. As olofMeister watches his teammate die in front of him, the bomb goes down. 30 seconds and a 4-on-2. They can't really wait for CT mistakes. They're just not making any. NiKo now holds towards the hub. 25 seconds. Just a frag available at the very most as he decides to fall back. Their money is low. Loss bonus will be as well. They're actually at the bottom right now. They're going to get $1,900 next round. So things far from ideal. NiKo will get one back here. 3 versus 1 with 10 seconds coming upon the bomb. If he gets the orb out of Simple's hands, that's something. Maybe we'll find Perfecto here. Oh, what a shot.
Found ya. 26 for Simple. Closing in on another absurd statistics for their star, Navi. 4 rounds away from closing this one out, and another one on the board thanks to this quick flick of Simple. Bang. Nearly the headshot for their extra star points. And even worse for Faze Clan is that they're just going to have to be bringing Deagles and a handful of smoke grenades into this one. Maybe they're going to just throw out some outside smokes, hope the CTs overinvest. It's just not going to happen. I can tell you that with conviction, because we know that Navi, they wait for concrete calls.
Of course. They certainly do. And for now, Flamey still struggling in terms of numbers, but his teammates are still winning games. Holds off towards the ramp and trying to fend them off as they have no armor that is leaping into the fire at this point. Simple will pluck one out of the air. That's olofMeister, and the round was pretty much confirmed before it began. This is an eco for Faze Clan, not even a partial buy. So if they get any kills here, they'll be happy with it, but we slow it right down just to see if Rain can do anything with this decon position. But he has to open the door. That's the problem. As soon as he does, it does make quite the noise.
Where did Brokey kill Simple? Ladder base? It must be.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the map. But yes, it was. He's had it.
BaHvMh spotted. Flamey deals with the decon. Smoke left side, hold right side from Flamey. It's perfect. I mean, Navi, they've just got it all locked down.
So now they can just focus the right-hand side or left now if you're a Faze player. And again, just waiting for any mistakes, any 1D opportunities. Not really much to report, I'm afraid.
Brokey can save the AWP, so that's one positive thing if they think it is a necessary weapon for the following rounds. He's picked it up.
It's definitely something. Like, their loss bonus is, what, 2,400 next round? He's just going to give it up.
I think he's thrown it away from Simple's bodies and now are going to die. That means they won't be able to pick it up if they were wondering to do so. So Brokey making a lot of noise now, just has to die before the time runs out. Yeah, they're going to run away from him. They're actually not going to go for the kill. This is great. If they just don't die here, he's not going to get any loss bonus.
That's actually sick. Good point, Chad.
They just ran away from him. BaHvMh, he's going to fall down as well. Brokey does get 2 kills and a gun.
Okay. So the fact he gets a gun actually nullifies their efforts there, but it was a great idea. Let him just squirm on the bomb side, meaning the AWP won't have any money going forward, but he gets the M4. He can even drop that and still buy AK armor and a smoke. So he's fine.
Thank you, BaHvMh.
There was a chance that would have been
sick.
horrible because Brokey did have the AWP and then threw it away, so he would have been nowhere near a weapon unless he made those 2 big deagle kills.
Yeah, good stuff. 13-10, round 24. Auto shotgun for Perfecto. Probably the only map you'll ever see it on. Occasionally makes an appearance on train towards Pop Dog.
Oh, a shotgun, not the perfect weapon for the job, but Electronics managed to find 3. I can't even comprehend it. A massive multi-kill to open up round 24, and Simple's made good on his promise.
Brokey again, 3-on-1, and the money really will be buggered after this one. They really won't have anything to worry. He's not getting a bomb plant here. If he gets a kill, that would be something. Good try, but Simple takes him down. How many frags has he got now? 29. Knocking on the door of the 30 bomb. I'm sure he'll get it before this is done. And unfortunately for FaZe fans, this is another partial buy sort of territory. They've got $3,400 on most players here, and they're going for it. Tech9
They have to. Remember what's in the back of the mind here, Henry. If they lose this game right here, right now, they are done and dusted in Pro League. Sure, they still have to rock up tomorrow and play their game, potentially play spoiler for another team who wants to secure a top 3 position. But FaZe, with all the good work, with all the hard work, the preparation they've put in, it could all fall in 2 rounds' time here.
Well, they'll give it everything they've got in round number 25. Tech9 VaBrokey again. I don't think he's found a kill with it, but he's bought it a few times so far. He'll have enough on the AWP if this one falls against them. Molotovs and the execution's pretty spot on, to be honest with you. No kills found, and there they are. They come through. A chance here for FaZe.
This, and there's Simple's head gone. Nico, exceptional. Gap found by Electronic, as he always seems to. Brokey just bounding in to get that bomb down. I don't think Electronic's going to be able to do enough. Even this tall, excuse me, even this situation might be a little too much for Electronic. Flamey's having a good go of it, though. And retrieval of the AWP, not so much going for the round. Electronic's going to be saving in probably the least expected of the angles.
Yeah, you're definitely not pre-firing that when you're coming out of main, let me tell you. He's going to probably win the award for the hide-and-seek competition we've got going on Nuke right now. They're going to boost up Rafter to see if they can get the AWP. They took out of Simple's hands, but unfortunately for them, it's already been scavenged, and maybe Flamey will deal with Rain. He will. No gun and the death, but Cold Zero, he wants to keep the chase up. He's very close. There we go. Flamey deals with it. Those are sitters. Those are good for Flamey's stats right now. He will eventually join almost the rest of the server. Now he's found those last 2. He has 11 kills to his name. The only one not in double digits will be Olof, sitting down the bottom on 9. Those individual woes still plaguing him here. But he was instrumental in finding that kill on Perfecto, which helped open up this upper site.
So, we go the full distance. FaZe somehow make it work with the CZs, the Tech9s, the upper rush. The execution was pretty beautiful, I have to say. You can see how overwhelming that was. Planting the bomb finally breaks the streak of Navi, who had 3 rounds in a row, and keeps him in contention for the map here. 3rd and final. Must win for FaZe.
This could be the start. Rain, Nico, both into the top site, and again, weakness found. Exposing the weakness, they charge towards the upper site. Perfecto goes down, Electronic quick to follow, and now I don't know what Simple intends to do. He's waiting for the main smoke, but I think this is their only option. I mean, top site retakes with a shotgun and an AWP, it's not known to be particularly effective. Cold Zero's offense is just perfect. As soon as Flamey lowers his guard for the corner, he goes down. So 12 then for FaZe. This gap's going to get even closer.
Well, they clearly know what's on the line. They haven't forgotten right here because they're not giving up. We'll get the scores on the doors for everybody at home as you can see just how this one's transpired. It's been few and far between these rounds they've been dotting on the board there, but they're still successful, and this will be another one through the virtue of bomb explosion. So round number 26 mounts. FaZe get a little bit of extra money. At this point of the game, it's not going to be the difference maker too much, but Simple holding on to that AWP might be.
That might be, you're right. The fact he's got an AWP can drop an M4 here as well. They've got a Krieg for Boomage, so they still have a plenty going forward here. Nico somehow made that shot work. A little flick on towards Perfecto's head. His aim has been nothing short of crispy today. Mirage, he was exceptional. We'll see now. FaZe getting closer and closer, and it's not the full investment from Navi, like you might expect. The fact they've got a Krieg in the AWP there, they are allowing FaZe to maybe pick this one up, but it is going to be the upper rush here. Flamey's there with the Desert Eagle. We know how good he is with the weapon, and it's a team kill to kick things off. Bit of contribution from Flamey there, and it's trading in favor of Navi for now. Not until Nico arrives, though. Simple with the USP, it's enough, but he hits the headshot. Nico somehow gets away with it. 3 kills in total. That should have been the round, and maybe it still is. No, Nico wins it with the AWP.
He's
Unbelievable.
furious. 4 kills from Nico. He wants to get his kills on par with Simple. 29-30 as these two stars clash in the server tonight. My goodness, they're going supernova, both of them. And we'll see that again. Let's see the Nico 4K. So first into the site, second, these are fine. These are necessary. This is the duel he wins versus Simple.
Big one.
Simple switching to the USP. Nico had 13 HP for that. I mean, it was all looking like doom and gloom. Electronic and Simple left to clutch it out, but all Nico to save it. Quad kill from him. Tactical timeout brought to you by the US Air Force. And it's time for Faze with just 1 remaining timeout to get their final ducks in a row.
Well, some way, somehow, with just the pistols, it was FaZe Clan with that upper execution that has found them some footing here on the map of Nuke. It looked like they were done for. After their train performance in the second half, I didn't see a world they'd make this competitive. And the second half was looking like it was trending in that direction. But they've actually now, at round number 25, 26, 27, managed to string a few together, break down the money of Navi. They have the advantage in terms of the firepower here going into round number 28. Still looking for their first win over a series in stage 2 of EPL. Currently 0-3, a must-win game for them, and it couldn't be closer. 1 round separates these 2 teams now. Navi 14, FaZe Clan 13, and an outside play from Nico here. Sets himself up a flashbang, hoping that will persuade Electronic into the peak. He held strong.
Big gap in the smoke just there. I want to note that they threw down the Molotov to disrupt the wall, so that's how this round's kicked on off, and maybe why they're a bit tentative, but Nico still strikes. He continues to be the hero here. 30 on the board, he's equaled Simple.
You know that Nico wants to win more than anything because he's using the Krieg. You know, he's spoken very vehemently about it, but his strong opinions for the weapon won't stop him utilizing it with one of the most important maps of Counter-Strike, and the most important, you know, last 10 rounds or so of FaZe's campaign here at Pro League. Hope hanging in the balance. Molotov towards Hut, there's nobody home. Simple's playing top side with a rifle. He has decided he is the answer to the top side pushes that FaZe have been throwing. Him and BoomH start strong, and Perfecto playing the close corner. He's going to line them up with the UMP. Brokey thrown into a clutch. He'd have to find the 4K total and a 1 versus 2 to put the 14th on the board. The equalizing round in such a crucial game. Tension mounting for the rookie.
Certainly so. He's got a good chance of doing so as well, as he does fire off the first couple of shots. BoomH will take him down from heaven. That's going to be series point for Navi. They'll collect all the Kriegs and AKs they possibly can and take those forward to the next round here. Money's actually a bit at the bottom of the barrel here. Overtime, certainly a possibility. There is money available for FaZe. Easy 6 grand for Nico, 5.5 for Brokey. There'll be compromises, but they've got enough for a serviceable round. Here's the final kill from BoomH, just from heaven here. Easy if you like.
FaZe were reset to 1400 with that round loss bonus there. So, Cold Zero and Olaf don't have much money to speak of whatsoever. But Navi, with only 2 players surviving, also have to make a couple of interesting purchases. Perfecto will go on the MP9. Flamey with that auto shotgun yet again. This is it. It's do or die. It comes down to this.
We could be waving our goodbyes to the FaZe Clan of stage 2 in just 1 minute and 40 seconds time. Let's see. Spray through the smoke. It's wild, but it's taken down Nico. What a way for it to potentially end. He cannot contribute, but Rain can. The shotgun was close to the belly button of Olaf, but he lives to fight another day to tell the story, perhaps.
Well, at least he only gives up the shotgun. Electronics dishing up nothing but death. It's going to be a 16 to 13 finish here, surely. BoomH looking to close things out here. Olaf Meister with 20 points of help. He's got the Krieg in hand, but that's going to be it. Navi do get across the line. We say goodbye to FaZe. They go 0-4. They will have to play again tomorrow, but their chances of making it to the next stage of the tournament have been thwarted.